NCIS is one of the longest-running crime dramas ever. It's got a bunch of city-based spin-offs and characters that we've come to love over the years. That's the thing with shows that go on for decades. We get so attached to the characters. It's like we know them personally. And now there's talk of Chris O'Donnell leaving NCIS Los Angeles. Let's look at the possibility of that happening. First, the 10-year NCIS veteran has been a regular on the show. Our crime-fighting hero has been a part of NCIS Los Angeles since the beginning. The show started in 2009, and Chris O'Donnell has been the lead character, so saying he was a regular on the show is an understatement. He is one of the protagonists. His character, Callen, is an NCIS special agent assigned to the Office of Special Projects in Los Angeles. He's also the lead agent in charge of the OSP field team. Callen is the son of a Russian KGB major and a CIA agent. His character joined the NCIS universe even before the LA spinoff started. He made his first appearance in the 6th season of the original NCIS series. While the LA series is in its 14th season, Callen remains a central character with some big things happening to him over the past few seasons. In the 10th season, he takes some time off from the force after he is shot, but then something nicer happens by the time he gets to season 13. He finally proposed to his longtime girlfriend, Anna Kolchak, after carrying the engagement ring around for a whole year. But then the Body Stitchers episode has us thinking that perhaps O'Donnell's character is being phased out. This is heartbreaking, to be honest, and we see no real reason why that should be the case. What happened in the last episode to give rise to these speculations? The Body Stitchers case is a recurring one on NCIS. It follows a group that went around kidnapping people and killing them live on the dark web. Like Dr. Frankenstein's monster, they would stitch up their victims with different body parts, and this went on for years as the group kept popping up in different parts of the world. But then they disappeared when the NCIS came this close to catching them, and then it was up to the FBI to pick up the case. They also didn't realize when the serial killing group returned to Los Angeles. But when Special Agent Rand does find out that they're back, she contacts NCIS for their help, but Admiral Kilbride has reservations. But eventually, the NCIS does offer some help as Fatima and Roundtree get started on the case. Our guy, G. Callen, is pretty up on the NCIS hierarchy. He's one of the big guys, so he should have been involved in the case at some level. Here's the thing, he wasn't involved at all. O'Donnell was completely missing from the episode. He wasn't there with no real explanation for missing from such a key episode. This led to widespread speculation that he was leaving the show. That said, there hasn't been any official announcement about whether this is happening. Let's see what this means for Callen. If he was intentionally written out of the episode, it could be for various reasons, but we're not convinced that he could be leaving. Anything is possible. It could be that O'Donnell just really needed the time off, and he just sat this one out. Fair enough. Being a regular on a long-running show can be a grueling job. The other possibility is that the writers wanted some other characters to shine. They were swapping the spotlight from one actor to another. Plot-wise, it could be that since this case wasn't one for the NCIS but for the FBI instead, Callen wasn't front and center. Maybe he was focusing on other cases. Admiral Kilbride did say that the NCIS cases come first, so maybe he's just working on those. Realistically speaking, here's the other thing. If a long-standing character is to exit a decades-old show, then it's done properly, not just missing in one episode and then gone in the next. Honestly, we don't think we should take Callen's absence as some sign that Chris will be missing in action before moving forward. There are no official reports out there that suggest that he is leaving the show. Besides, there are some big storylines planned around the character right now. Remember that the plan is for Callen and Anna to get married shortly, and he also wants his boss Hetty to be there. Up next, the trend isn't new for the NCIS franchise. If you think about it, this isn't the first time. We will talk about the main characters taking time off from the show, and they don't feature in a whole slew of episodes, and they do come back eventually. So far into its run, NCIS Los Angeles has started to do this where certain series regulars rotate in and out of the show for specific episodes. We're never really given a reason why, but it happens. We guess that it could be for budgetary reasons, or the other thing is that it could just be to give actors some time off after doing this for a long time and prevent a possible burnout or just the feeling of stagnation and boredom. LL Cool J was recently missing in action, and then in the Body Stitchers episode, it seemed to be Chris O'Donnell's turn. We've also certainly seen stretches before without Eric Christian Olsen too, so it just happens here and there. In the case of the rapper turned actor, when Sam was absent from an episode, his colleague Fatima just mentioned that he was taking the day off, and it was up to the rest of the team to fill in for him. So we don't think there's anything to worry about just yet. We're sure Chris will be back on the show sooner than we can say Naval Crime Investigative Service Los Angeles. We also learned something about O'Donnell's character, G. Callen. In other news from G. Callen and NCIS, We got some details into his backstory. A short clip from the upcoming episode was released that gives us a fascinating peek into his childhood and even a little bit into his future with Anna. So the clip shows Callen and Marty Deeks walking into a home where two parents have been kidnapped. Deeks tells us that the couple owned an architecture firm. Here's when Callen tells us that he wanted to be an architect while growing up. While Deeks didn't like the math and engineering part, Callen wanted to build hotels, train stations, and even airports. His partner quips that there's a lot to unpack about that statement. And there's another interesting thing we discover about O'Donnell. So at the end of the last season, he proposed to the love of his life, so the two are probably getting married soon. When Deeks mentions having children, Callen doesn't seem too keen on the idea. Not that he's outright saying no, he doesn't want kids, but more elusive. And while he's looking forward to spending the rest of his life with Anna, the babies may or may not be part of his future. Could it be to do with his own troubled childhood? Callen spent a lot of time in foster care while growing up. Not to mention, another big revelation also took place. Now this we were talking about was followed by some big news. The show's bosses confirmed that the iconic character of Hetty Lang, played by veteran Linda Hunt, would return to the show. She last appeared as Hetty in the premiere of the 13th season, which was in October last year. So it's been a whole year that she's been gone. This should tell us that missing one episode doesn't mean that O'Donnell is gone. Before the season began, it was revealed that Linda's role had been cut short, protecting her during the coronavirus pandemic. Good call. In the premiere episode of season 14, we found a body in Syria, which was, incidentally, Hetty's last known location. By the end of the episode, we learned that the body discovered was that of a child, but had Hetty's ID attached to it, so it could be that she had tried to stage her death. But why? The show's executive producer, R. Scott Gemmell, told Variety that Hetty would return at some point this season. She's a central character in the agency, and besides, she's been a crucial part of Callen's past. With the wedding approaching fast, and Callen saying he would want Hetty to be there for the occasion, she's certainly coming back. The plan is probably to go to the Middle East and rescue her, and most importantly, find out what she's been doing in Syria. This also confirms our speculation that Callen is not leaving the show. That's a wrap for this video. Do you think Chris O'Donnell is about to quit NCIS? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you at the next one. This also confirms our speculation that Callen is not leaving the show. That's a wrap for this video. Do you think Chris O'Donnell is about to quit NCIS? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you at the next one.